Hi, everyone. I'm so happy to be here at the Book More Wedding Summit. Thank you so much for spending part of your day with me. My name is Noam Wolf. I'm a singer and I'm the founder of a live music company here in Los Angeles. We bring jazz bands and live musicians to weddings and events. I've been performing for over 20 years and I built this business from zero. And on top of all of that, I'm also a mom to a little girl. Now, here's something you might not expect. Before I ever started my own business, I spent years working for other companies as their sales and operations manager. That's where I learned how a business really runs, how to bring in leads, how to close bookings, how to take care of clients, and how to keep everything organized behind the scenes. I basically got paid to learn everything I would one day need to run my own company. So when I finally started my own business, I thought I was ready. And in a lot of ways, I was. I did new sales, I knew operations, but there's one thing nobody warns you about. When it's your business, you're not doing one job anymore. You're doing all of them at the same time. And I was the singer, the salesperson, the accountant, the marketer, and the assistant, all in one person. I started to drown in the admin. Every single task took me so long, and I'd run out of hours and push it to the next day. And then the next day, my proposals went out late, my follow-up sat unfinished in my drafts, and I watched good lead couples I really wanted to work with go cold simply because I couldn't get back to them in time. So I remember walking off the stage on a Saturday night, glowing and happy, and then opening my phone to about 25 emails I hadn't answered and just feeling like my heart sinks. I got to the point where I almost hired a whole team just to handle it all. And then I found a better way. Here's the surprising part. Today, I run almost the entire backside of my business, the emails, the follow-up, the proposals, the marketing, the reports, with a team of AI helpers, not real people, AI. And it gives me back somewhere between 15 and 25 hours every single week. I want you to really hear that number. That's not extra time I spend working. That's time I get back. I can give it to my daughter, to the stage, to my husband, and to myself. A whole part-time job's worth of hours handed back to me every week. So in the next half an hour, I'm going to show you exactly how I do it. Not theory, the real systems I use every single day. For each one, I'll show you the problem it solves, how I set it up, and what the result actually looks like on my screen. And I promise you do not need to be technical for any of this. I'm a musician and a mom, not a computer person. I don't write a single line of code. If I can do this, you can absolutely do it too. So, um, one quick reminder before we start, please come say hi in the Summit Facebook group. Tag me, ask me any questions, tell me what you're going to try first. Uh, Sometimes people feel shy about talking to the speakers, so please don't be. I'll be there all week, and I would truly love to hear from you. Okay, let's talk about AI. So at this point, almost everyone has heard about AI, but very few people actually use it in real way in their business. And most wedding pros, they open ChatGPT one time, ask it to write a caption, maybe roll their eyes at the result, and then close it. And that's it. That's like you're buying a beautiful professional oven and then only using it to reheat your coffee. And there's just so much more that it can do for you. And this matters more than you might think because your couples can feel the difference. The wedding pro who answers fast, follows up every single time, and shows up online more often is the one who books more weddings. Not always the cheapest, not always the most talented, the one who's on top of it. It doesn't matter if you're a photographer, a florist, a DJ, a wedding planner, a caterer, or a live music company like mine. The pro who feels organized and easy to work with wins the booking. AI is what lets you be that person without adding a single hour to your week. Now, let me be really clear about, one thing, because I know some of you are worried about it. AI is not here to replace your art. It will never replace the way you play music, the way you capture a moment, the way you design a room full of flowers, or the way you calm a nervous couple on the biggest day of their lives. That is all you. That's your magic. And no computer can do that. AI is here to take away the boring admin work that quietly steals your time and your energy, the busy work. And that's the part we're going to fix together today. So, how do you know what to give to AI and what to keep for yourself? I use one simple rule. If a task is repetitive, follows the pattern, and doesn't need your personal soul in it, hand it to AI. If a task is your art, if it's a, a real human moment, you keep it. That's the whole filter. Now, let me make it real. Writing the same thanks for your inquiry email for the 100th time, that's a pattern. Hand it off. But the heartfelt notes you write couples the week after their wedding, that's yours. Keep it. Pulling your numbers into a weekly report, hand it off. Deciding what those numbers mean for your business, that's you. Formatting a proposal so it looks beautiful, hand it off. The creative vision you're selling inside that proposal, that's you. And once you start looking at your week through this one question, is this a pattern or is this my art? You will suddenly spot 10 things you can hand off. And every single one of those is time coming back to you. So I wanted to show you a couple of the tools that I am using. I want to introduce you to them. It's my little team. And don't worry about writing them down. I'm just trying to show you what is possible out there. And there's hundreds more tools out there that you can pick from. ChatGPT is my fast thinking partner. When I need to brainstorm, think of something quickly and very thoroughly, or write blog and add copy, I go here. Gemini is the one I use for video and audio. It's wonderful. I can hand it a 1 hour recording of me singing and performing, and it finds the best little moments to clip for Instagram Reels. For a musician, this is pure magic. Astria, this one is the one that generates photos that look exactly like me for my brand. In fact, some of the photos you see on this presentation were made with Astria. And then the last one, I mentioned Canva and Claude. It's for design. You probably all know Canva. It is a great tool, but I use Claude for most of my design tasks nowadays because it just knows my brand voice better. Let me tell you more about Claude because Claude is my workhorse. It is my main assistant. This is where almost all of my automations live, my reports, my reminders, my follow-ups, my proposals, my emails and newsletters, and they're all written in my brand voice. So the rest of our time together today, I'm going to mostly focus on what Claude does for me. But first, let me save you from the mistakes that most people do, and then they give up. So when I talk to wedding pros who tried AI and gave up, it's almost always because of one of these four mistakes. Just avoid these and you'll be miles ahead. Mistake number one, using it for random one-time things. Write me a caption, generate an email. That's fine, but it's tiny. It's like hiring a brilliant assistant and only ever asking them to sharpen one pencil. The real magic is building a system that you can use again and again. Mistake number two, trying to automate your whole business in one weekend. Please don't. You'll get overwhelmed. It won't be perfect in one day and you'll quit. So start with one task, the single most annoying one, and get that working first. Mistake number three, setting for generic robotic results and deciding, see, AI is just not good. But the truth is, it wasn't bad. It just didn't know you yet. So you have to teach it your brand voice, show it examples of your writing, tell it about your business. Once you do, it stops sounding like a robot and starts sounding like you. I'll show you exactly how on the very next slide. And then mistake number four is believing it's too technical for you. Friends, I need you to hear this from a singer and a mom. I do not write any code, not one line. Everything I'm about to show you, I built by typing in plain English. And English is my second language. It's the same way I would text a friend. So if I can send a text message, you can send a text message. You can also do every bit of this. Now, that one thing in mistake three is so important. I'm going to give it its own slide. If you only remember one thing from today, please let it be this. The reason most people get bad robotic results from AI is simple. They never gave it any context. They open a blank chat, type, write me an email, and of course it comes out generic. It doesn't know anything about them. It's like a brand new assistant on their very first day of work who has never met you. You wouldn't expect that person to sound like you yet. So here's what you do instead. You give it context. One time in three simple steps. One, tell it who you are, your business, what you do, who your couples are, how you like to sound. Just talk to it in plain English the way you would tell a new hire about the job on their first morning. Two, show it your examples. Literally copy paste. This is the real secret to sounding like you. Take two or three emails you've written, the best ones yet, paste them in and say, this is my voice, learn it. The more you give it, it will learn how to sound like you factor. And this isn't guessing anymore. It's copying the real you. Number three, save it so it remembers. You can turn this is the magic part, basically. You put it all inside a project, and now it's saved for good. Your brand voice stops being something that you have to re-explain every single time, and it becomes a skill Claude uses again and again forever. You teach it once, and from now on, every email, every proposal, every post already sounds like you. That's the whole secret. Give it context, show it your voice, save it once, do that, and everything I'm about to show you will actually work and it'll sound like it came from you, not a robot. Okay, now let's look at systems. I'm going to walk you through 5 real systems from my business. For each one, I'm going to show you the same 3 things: the problem it solves, how I set it up, and what the result actually looks like. Ready? Let's start with the way my whole day begins. The problem: I used to wake up and immediately reach my phone with a knot in my stomach. I have a messy inbox, a full calendar, 100 little to do floating around my head. And before my coffee was even ready, I already felt behind. Maybe you know that feeling. So here's what I built: I connected Claude to my email and my calendar. And that part takes about 2 minutes. You literally just click connect. It's not scary at all. Then I gave it one instruction in plain English: every morning, read my inbox and my calendar and send me one short summary. And now every single morning I get this one clean message at the top: my meetings for the day with times, then the emails that actually need me, the new inquiries, the couples that are waiting on a reply, and then anything I didn't finish yesterday. And finally, my top 1 or 2 priorities. And here's the best part: I don't even have to ask for it. I already put it on a schedule. So it just shows up every morning while I'm still asleep. I open my phone, I read one message, and my whole day is already planned before I even finish my coffee. And it makes a huge difference. This works for anyone, by the way. A florist could start her day knowing exactly which weddings need ordering next week. A DJ could see every couple waiting on a timeline. It is the calmest way I have ever started a workday. Now, this next one is my favorite because this is the one that actually books weddings. Remember the couple I lost at the very start? This is the system that made sure it never happens to me again. A couple finds you online, they're excited, they love your work, and at 11 o'clock at night, they fill out your contact form. But you're asleep, or you're on a gig, or you've finally uh, sat down after a long day. And by the time you actually see it, 2 days later, they've already booked someone who replied fast. So it's heartbreaking and it happens all the time. Couples very often book the vendor who simply responds first. Speed wins. So here's my fix. The moment a new lead comes in from my website, from an ad, anywhere, Claude catches it and sends me an instant alert like this one: their name, their event date, and what they're looking for. I never miss one again. And it goes one step further. Claude also drafts a warm, friendly first reply for me in my voice, asking for a few questions that I always need to ask. So instead of me staring at a blank screen, I just read the draft, adjust a word or two, and send. I can reply thoughtfully in about 60 seconds, even from my phone, in bed, even between songs on the stage. So remember my number one tip for booking more weddings: be fast, be easy to work with, and make people feel taken care of from the very first message. This is exactly how you do it. Even while you're asleep, a photographer can use this, a caterer can use this, every single person in this meeting can use this. Okay, next, proposals. Writing a proposal used to eat an entire hour of my day. Pull up the couple's details, write it all out nicely, make it look professional, double checking the pricing, send it. And then on a tired night, I tell myself, I'll do it tomorrow. And by tomorrow, the couple had cooled off, or worse, booked someone else. A slow proposal is a lost booking. So here's what I did. And this is that: teach it your voice. the part that I talked to you about. One time I sat down and I gave Claude everything, how I structure the proposal, the words I like to use, my packages, my pricing, my tone. I basically trained it exactly the way I would train a brand new assistant. And now I just give it the couple of details, the date, the venue, start and end time, and what to include in the proposal. And it writes a clean, professional, on brand proposal in about 2 minutes. I read it over, I make it perfect, I add my personal touch, and then I send it while the couple is still excited and still thinking about me. An hour of work down to a few minutes, and the couple hears from me faster. That's how you win the booking twice, with speed and with a proposal that actually looks and sounds like you. The next one genuinely changed my business, so I have to tell you the whole story. For years, I heard from everyone, you need to post blogs. Google rewards it. Your couple will find you through the blogs. And then every year, I thought, who on earth has the time to write 2 or 3 blogs every week? Not me. So I just never did it. Then I built a system with Claude. Together, we mapped out the topics my ideal couples are actually searching for online. And now, 3 times a week, it writes the posts and sends it to me for approval. I read it, I make sure that it sounds like me, I hit approve, and it goes out Monday, Wednesday, and Friday. Something I never had time for now runs almost completely on its own. And here's what happened. After a few months, real leads started coming in from Google. People I had never met, searching for exactly what I offer and finding me all on their own. My very first Google lead was a corporate client, and they didn't book one event. They booked 4 events in one single month. 4 events from one lead. That found me while I was busy living my life. That is the power of showing up online consistently without doing all the work by hand. Now, let me quickly show you how far this goes because it's not just these 4. There are many more systems that I run using Claude, and any one of them could save you hours. First, weekly reports. Every Monday, I get one simple summary of how my ads and my website did last week, all in one place, instead of me logging into 5 different dashboards and trying to make sense of all of them. I can see what's working in 30 seconds. Second, email, campaigns, newsletters. When I want to start sending a newsletter or a promotion, say, we still have a few dates open. Claude writes it in my brand voice, ready for me to review and send. No more staring at a blank screen for an hour. Third, payment reminders. You know those awkward feeling you get when you have to remind a client that they still owe you money? Claude drafts a warm, polite little nudge for me so the money conversation stops being stressful. And it just quietly gets handled. And fourth, beautiful PDFs and brochures when a couple wants to see my packages, my song list. I can send a designed professional looking document in minutes instead of fighting with design software all afternoon. So every one of these it used to cost me so much time, energy, or both. And now they mostly run in the background. And here's the part that still amazes me. Before AI, to get to all of this, I was paying 3 different remote workers. Someone from my website for updating and writing stuff on my website, designing, someone for writing blogs 2 or 3 times a week, and a personal assistant. Together, that was costing me more than $1,500 every month. Today, I pay about $100 for Claude per month. And I'll be honest with you, it does more than all 3 of them did, and it does it faster. But you know what? The money that I save isn't even the best part. The time is the best part. This is the reason I can work out 3 times a week, meet a friend for coffee on a Tuesday, be a present mom who works the hours that I choose, and not 1 hour more. That is what this is really about. Now, right about here, most people have a few worries, and let me answer them quickly because they're really good questions. The biggest one and the most honest one, this is also new. I wouldn't even know how to start. I get it. It feels unknown, and unknown feels scary. But here's the truth. Every single person using AI today started exactly where you are right now, including me, a singer and a mom who is not a tech person. You don't need to understand how it works under the hood. You just talk to it in plain English, like a person, and it helps you figure out the rest. Start with one prompt, one task. That's it. I promise you, the fear disappears the moment you try it once. Worry number 2, Isn't this impersonal? Won't my couples feel like they're talking to a robot? Here's the truth. You are always the one that hits send. So Claude writes the draft, you add the heart, and you approve it. And because you taught it your voice, it sounds like you. Honestly, my couples feel more taken care of now, not less, because I actually reply to them on time. And worry number three is my information safe. So use trusted paid tools. Don't paste in anything you wouldn't want shared, and you're in good shape. Just treat it like any professional tool you would use to run your business. Okay, I don't want you to leave today feeling inspired and then do nothing tomorrow. Inspiration fades, systems last. So let's make your first step really simple. Three steps, actually. Pick one task, the one that's the most annoying, that drains you the most. If it's follow-ups, if it's a proposal, if it's the morning chaos fix, don't try to do it all at once. Just pick one. Step two, start a project on Claude, not just a normal chat. This part matters, so let me explain it simply. A project has a memory relevant to that project. It remembers everything you tell it. So you can upload your logo, your templates, a few explanations, examples of your writing one time, and it keeps all of that forever. Then you talk to it like a brand new assistant. Tell it about your business, show it one good example of what you want, and the more you teach it, the more it sounds like you. Step three, build that one task inside your project. And then it's saved for good. You only build it once. After that, you just open it up and use it again and again every day forever. And if you want a bonus step for this week, set up that lead alert we talked about. So you never lose another couple that booked someone faster than you. That one system can pay for itself with a single booking. That's it. Start with one task. I really mean it. You will be shocked how much time comes back to you. So let's quickly recap what we covered today. You saw why most people are barely scratching the surface of AI and how simply being the fast, organized, easy to work with pro helps you book more weddings. I showed you my real systems, my morning briefs, my lead alerts, my proposal, my blog posts, my reports, and more. You got my one simple rule: keep the art, hand off the admin, and you got 3 steps to start this week. Now, I know I moved through a lot, and you might be thinking, Noam, that sounds amazing, but how do I actually write the prompts? I've got you. I took my exact golden prompts, the real ones behind my morning briefing, my lead watcher, and my instant follow-ups, and I put them into a free guide for you. It even walks you through connecting Claude to your inbox in about 2 minutes. You just fill in the blanks, paste them, and they work. To grab it, just click the link below the video, enter your email, and I'll send it straight to your inbox. That's my gift to you. I really want you to walk away with something that you can actually use. So thank you so much for spending that time with me today. Truly, please come find me in the Summit Facebook group. Tag me, tell me which system you're going to build first, and ask me anything at all. I'll be right there cheering you on all week. And let's stay connected beyond the summit. You can find me on Instagram. I'm Noam Wolf Music, and my band is sunnyjazz.band. Come say hi. And if you ever need live music for an event or you'd love to team up with me on a future one, my door is always open. I would truly love to work with you. You don't need more hours in a day. You just need a little help. So go get some of your time back. Thank you and enjoy the rest of the Book More Wedding Summit.